We now go live to Colombia with our colleague Natalia Margarita for more details on Colombia's election a day after. Hello, Natalia.
Hi there, how are you?
Hi. Natalia, could you update us, please, about what is people living, what is the current state in Colombia a day after the elections?
Well, first I would like to tell you a little bit about the main issues, the main aspects of yesterday election day, because there is something at least three different aspects that are very important to take into account regarding these presidential elections yesterday. The first thing to highlight here is the very high participation of Colombians in this presidential election. 21.5 million of Colombians went to the polls. This is equivalent to 54.9% of the 39 million Colombians that were eligible to vote. And this could seem a little bit low percentage, but in terms of the Colombian context, 54.9% is a very high percentage of participation. Usually here in Colombia, we don't have more than the 50% of participation. And this 54.9 is the highest participation in the last 20 years in a presidential election here in Colombia. So this is the first important thing to take into account. Secondly, is also how calm this election day developed yesterday. Let's remember that there were some concerns ahead of the election regarding the violence that is increasing in many of the Colombian territories and rural areas. Also, let's remember that recently there was an armed strike that was imposed by paramilitaries in different areas of the country. So this was a big concern. There was a big question ahead of the elections, how the thing of violence could or not interfere in the elections. And today we can say that yesterday's elections were peaceful. We have very, very few reports of incidents, minor incidents regarding the election process. So we can definitely say that it was a good day for democracy yesterday. And in the third place, it's very important to highlight the high votation of the candidate from the left coalition, the left-wing coalition, Gustavo Petro. 8.5 million of votes that were equivalent to the 40.3% of the whole votation. And this is very important because this was not the first time that Gustavo Petro was running for the presidency. Let's remember that 4 years ago, in 2018, Gustavo Petro was also running. And I want to give you a number. In the first round, 4 years ago, he got 4.8 million votes, and in this first round this year, meaning yesterday, he got 8.5 million, meaning he almost doubled the votation of 4 years ago. So he said yesterday, that even though he didn't manage to get to the presidency in the first round, and there is going to be a second round of elections next 19th of June, he said that this was definitely a victory in terms of historical votation for the left-wing sectors here in Colombia.
Thanks, Natalia, for this recent update on the current situation in Colombia. We're going to keep monitoring the situation, and we're going to have a special coverage, of course, for the second round.